Some people have an encounter with the Lord that changes them forever. I had one of those encounters one time here at Northlands. It was after a morning of intercessory prayer with some of the ladies here. And we were finished, we were about to go home. Some of us were in the ladies' restroom just talking. And we started to pray for somebody's child. And right when we started, I felt totally overwhelmed by the Holy Spirit. My whole body filled with energy. And I ended up on the floor laughing and laughing and laughing so hard that I thought my heart was going to burst. And it just would not stop. It just kept going and going and going. And I felt like my head was in heaven and my body was still on the earth. And the only way I know to describe that feeling was euphoria. It was the most euphoric feeling I had ever had. And I felt at some point that I couldn't go on, that my body that God created to live on this earth could not contain this much joy anymore. So I came back out of that. And as I was driving home, I asked the Lord, what was that about? I don't know why that happened. Can you explain that to me? And he reminded me that earlier that morning when I was just reading through the New Testament, that I read where it talks about Christ filling us with the fullness of joy, the same fullness that he has. And I felt like the Lord said, I just gave you a tiny glimpse of the joy that is in heaven. And that changed me forever. I see the Lord in such a different way now. I feel, when I think of him as laughing and being joyful. And I've had more encounters with that kind of joy and that kind of laughter since then, but nothing like that specific encounter. And I hope and pray that you press in and ask the Lord to give you an encounter with him.